What is going on, guys? Cody Hawk. I appreciate you guys checking out this live hangout. Myself and Steve Rakin got a lot of really interesting stuff to talk to you guys about tonight. So tonight we're actually going to be talking about the launch. We are finally launching the K Business Academy. This is an interactive video course, community, all sorts of really cool stuff built in, a course that we've spent the last several months working on, perfecting, putting together, and we're going to be talking about that tonight. We're also going to have a giveaway. So we're going to be doing a giveaway of this course tonight, and we're going to be doing discounts for the launch. So being here, you're definitely in the right place, the right time. Most amazing course on Kindle coming out right now with discounts, giveaways, the whole shebang. Steve, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, man. My name's Steve Rakin. I have a YouTube channel. I go by Rakin Profit. I'm from Connecticut, and I've been doing Kindle for over a year now. I've been having a lot of success, and Cody and I, we decided to create a course sharing the strategies that we've learned and the systems and the processes that go along with running a Kindle publishing business. So like Cody says, we've been working on this for the past few months, and we've really put our heart and soul into it, blood and sweat, and we're giving you everything that we know. We've both built up some pretty substantial Kindle publishing businesses, and it's all about giving back. It's about helping you to earn passive income, and just really excited to be on the show tonight with Cody, to be launching. And yeah, let's have some fun. If you have any questions, definitely go into the comment section, leave some questions, because we definitely like to help you out and answer some.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be kind of doing a mixture of questions and talking about the course, but let's break that down a little bit. This course is phenomenal. I actually did a video the other day kind of breaking it down of what people will get so they could see it before they purchase the course. And there's just so much information, but there's really a couple things that we did that no one else is doing, literally no one else is doing, that we're going to be talking about here in a minute, that separates this course from literally all the other courses out there. On top of that, just the core modules and information that you'll be receiving. So Steve, you want to talk a little bit about what they're going to be getting?
Absolutely. So the actual course you're going to be purchasing there's kind of two parts to it. The first part is the modules and the video series. So we've got a lot of videos. I think we're somewhere around 40 or 50 videos. 25 or 30 different modules, and it's going to take you by the hand step by step from first getting started, signing up for your account, figuring out how you get paid, how long it takes to get paid, to choosing a niche, to either writing the books yourself or outsourcing it with virtual assistants, trying to find profitable niches, determining what is profitable, what isn't profitable. And I mean, it goes through the whole process from A to Z, to getting started, to scaling your business, to systems, to processes. I mean, it really is the whole 9 yards. So that's a really cool part. That's the first part. And the second part, which I feel is probably going to be one of the biggest benefits to the course, is the actual community. We actually decided to throw in the community for free, where a lot of the other courses, they're charging monthly memberships, which, there's no problem with that. But we really wanted to create a course that keeps giving back, just a one-time charge, and a course that continues to grow and develop as you grow and develop. So each and every month, we're going to be putting out more monthly videos, updates to case studies, more monthly live trainings, and it really goes on and on. But I mean, it's really a huge course that can help anybody, regardless if you're a beginner, an intermediate, or you're advanced. Maybe you want to learn more about graphic design or hiring editors or virtual assistants or keywords or CreateSpace or audiobooks. I mean, it's really a very large course, and we're just really excited to share it with you.
Absolutely. And that's the tip of the iceberg. They're actually getting case studies. So, case studies that actually go through the process from beginning to, the entire process, basically a peek over our shoulder, exactly how this process works. So you're getting case studies that were pre-recorded and go through the entire process, and you're getting the monthly bonus content. And this is where we definitely separated ourselves, because the amount of in-depth advanced content we're putting in this course is absolutely ridiculous. But the thing with it is, we're not charging a monthly fee. So every other course out there that I've ever seen that has content like this, even in the realm, and I've seen a lot of courses that aren't even that good. I've seen a lot of courses that are fantastic, but they charge a monthly fee for all this advanced stuff, talking audiobooks, create space, advanced marketing techniques. And the course really grows with you. And that's the most important part of this course is when you buy a course, typically the way courses used to be built were you would buy it, you would go through it, and that's pretty much it, which there's nothing wrong with that. But we've created one where you buy it, you get it, and it keeps on going. And like I said, that warrants a monthly fee. That's what most people do is they charge, 27, 47, 77, whatever it may be. They charge a monthly fee for that content, and rightfully so. But we wanted to really build the most amazing community, and we wanted to be able to pull in the best information and not just give you what's the best now, but give you what's the best as this business changes. Because a lot of people know that the business is changing on a rapid fire basis. And if you bought a course 6 months ago, it's still going to be great to teach you the basics, but it's not going to teach you what's working now. And as we add more and more and more videos through this course, it's unbelievable. And like I said, there's no monthly fee. So when people buy it the first time, that's the only time.
Absolutely. And like you said, I mean, the cool thing about this course is we're going to be giving you exactly what we learn as we evolve. From when I remember when I was only making a few $100s a month and I was making YouTube videos and I was so confident and I was saying, I'm going to make $1,000 a month. I'm going to make $2,000 a month. And I finally did. And growing from a few hundred to a few thousand, there's so many things you learn. There's so many new systems and processes and tactics and strategies you learn. And then from going 2 to 4 to 4 to 6 to 8 now, and going to be hitting 10 grand. That's my goal within the next 30 days. There's so many things that we learn. And, as we go to 15 to 20 or wherever we decide to take it, we're going to share with you exactly what we know and what we learn. One thing that I've been getting into a lot lately is fiction. Now, as I grow on that journey and I learn the ins and outs of that business, because it's all different, nonfiction, fiction, I'm going to be sharing that as well on the course. So mostly our course right now is geared towards nonfiction, but I've been starting to see a lot of success with fiction, and I think it's a huge opportunity. So as I get better and better with that and I make progress, I'm going to be sharing that as well. So I think that's really cool. And, one of the big things we wanted to focus on was the community, right? Yes, for the content we're going to be sharing, we could have done an upsell and we could have charged 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks a month, but we really want to build a community of people who all have a single goal and who want to build businesses and who want to connect, because I can't say it enough. I've built several businesses before, and I know Cody has as well. The backbone to any real business, if you really want to grow and scale up, is to have that community, right? To have that support, to have mentors, to have people that you could bounce questions off of. I mean, I'm so grateful for being a part of such a wonderful YouTube community. And, Cody, you've helped me a ton with a whole bunch of different things. And that's the key right there, to find a community who can help you when you get stuck with certain things. If you get stuck with keywords, or if you get stuck with trying to figure out another account, signing up for another account or creating another entity, or, what to do when a virtual assistant does this, or if a cover gets rejected. So the community is really huge, and I think it's going to benefit a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. I think, having a community, very, very important, of like-minded people. And that's how we all learn. I mean, none of us just knew what to do. We kind of just grow and adapt as our business grows, and we're always learning new techniques. We're always learning, advanced techniques, different things to do, not to do. It's just unbelievable, all the amazing information out there. We want to put it all in one place. And the best way to do that is just to simply not charge. At the end of the day, building this community is, more important than nickel and diming everyone in it. And the amount of content that you guys are going to have is just going to be ridiculous. So want to shout out a couple of people. Dave Koziel is in the feed. And actually, Dave, he got started in Kindle seriously, I think, back in like February. He started last year, and then he really got serious about it in February. And he's already making, a pretty reasonable income just in literally a couple of months. So with hard work and dedication, somebody like Dave, very dedicated, very hard worker, he's got to the point where I don't know what he makes. I'm not going to share his numbers. And frankly, I don't know him, but I would be surprised if he's not already pushing, $75 to $100 a day. Like, he's really, really been pushing hard, and it's not going to be long before he's making 5-10 grand doing this. I would be surprised if by my 31st birthday, if by August, Dave's not making at least, 7,500 a month. I'd be surprised. So it really can grow that fast if you're dedicated, but he works hard. I know that, Jeremiah's in the feed as well, and he's done some awesome stuff, doing this as well. Doesn't he write his own books?
Yeah, I believe it was something from like Trash to Gold or something. I don't quote me on it, but he wrote a book that it was like 101 items to sell from garage sales or something, and it was like a bestseller for a while. It was down there at I think it was even down to like 5,000 or 10,000 rank for a while. So he's been having a lot of success, and it just goes to prove, you don't have to outsource books. You can write them yourself. If you've got some great ideas and you consider yourself to be an expert in some fields, you feel like you could add value, you can write these books yourself. So the program that we're going to be releasing, not only is it going to cater to the people who want to hire virtual assistants and create a team and really scale things fast, but this program is also going to cater to the people who want to learn how to write a book, how to hire someone for a cover, how to format your books, how to get it ready to upload to KDP. And also, even if you want to take it to the next level and create physical books and audio books, a lot of people underestimate the power of repurposing your content. But at the end of the day, one of the things I've noticed, and I think, Cody, you could touch on this as well, is the people who have success, regardless of what anyone else is doing or the market's doing or what course they take, they're busting their butt, right? They're taking action on a daily basis. Do you want to talk about that, the importance of taking action?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I've built my entire, company. That's really all I do, on a daily basis, taking action. You get to a point where you can get comfortable, and a lot of people do that. They get really excited about something for a day or two or a week or two or even a month, but then they quickly kind of fall out of focus. Their focus shifts. Maybe they're not having the results they want. Using Dave as another example, his first book failed. And the only reason I'm saying this is because he shares everything on his YouTube channel. So his first book failed. He said, okay, instead of giving up and quitting, I'm going to dissect the process to the point where he got obsessed with studying Kindle. And, that's the way he does things. And then now he puts in time on a daily basis. I talked about this on a podcast episode that I'm releasing tomorrow, but I mean, ultimately, passive income doesn't mean go sit on the beach and have money roll into your bank account. Myself and Steve, we don't have to work every day. I'm at my office right now. I work 5 days a week like I have a job. I don't have a job. I work for myself. I run my own company. Just hired 2 employees, so we're bringing them in, hiring the 3rd right now. Growing my company, but I'm consistent. And it's the same thing with Kindle. If you stay consistent and stay the course, Steve, he just talked about how he's about to hit 10 grand, but you know what? He keeps on pushing out books because he's looking big picture. If he wanted to take next week off, he could take next week off without even, thinking about it. It wouldn't make any difference. His income wouldn't change. It would probably go up. But with passive income, it gives you freedom. It doesn't give you unlimited time, and frankly, you wouldn't want unlimited. And what are you going to do with it? You want to do something. So stay the course, stay consistent, and you will see the results.
One of the amazing things about passive income too, and once you get your income to a certain level, is once you get to the point where you don't have to worry about money all the time, and your bills are paid, and you're kind of comfortable, you have 2 decisions, right? You can either, keep going forward and take massive action, or you could become complacent and kind of give up. I think that the beauty of passive income and getting to that point is not having to worry about that gives you the ability to really be creative. I mean, I feel like a lot of times when people are worrying about money and they're, actively working for it all the time, and they don't know where the money's coming from, it's hard to get those creative juices flowing, and it's hard to kind of go outside your comfort zone. So that's one of the cool things that, I like with Kindle and what it's allowed me to do. It's allowed me to get to a certain point where I don't really have to worry about money. But I know a lot of people like yourself and people watching this, they're hustlers and they want to grow something big. So Kindle could definitely give you that opportunity. And Kindle, honestly, I haven't seen anything else online that is, I don't want to say it's easy because everything takes hard work, but I've never seen anything which I've been able to scale up so quickly with Kindle publishing. How about yourself?
No, not online. I mean, not anything legit, not anything you're going to want to do. Kindle publishing, you can really scale it up. The only thing I've seen that maybe is close is niche websites, but that takes more work in the beginning to make money. Big picture, the thing I like about niche websites is you own them, but small picture, you could make more money with Kindle quickly. And Kindle, you can scale probably quicker than any other business. And I gotta say, when you're looking at this thing, kind of leads into the first question. Mothership Products asks, I'm a complete rookie. Will this system help me? It's a perfect system for you because it's a two-part system. The first part of the course has 26 modules, and that's actually probably going to expand over the next little while. But right now it has 26 modules. Each one of those modules have between 1 to 5 videos a piece. And you'll break down all the different things, like, all the different processes. So like module number 9 is how to find a niche that's profitable and dissect it. And Steve did 5 videos on module number 9, breaking that whole process down. And we've done videos on every little step. So whether you're a rookie, you're brand new, you just got started, you've got your first couple of books done, those first 26 modules are going to help you explode your business quickly. If you're advanced, probably not all those 26 modules, because you're not going to need to know how to set up an account or how to write a book or how to outsource. But there's some really cool stuff, even if you're advanced. But if you're advanced, this course will still be for you, because like I said, we've got the bonus content talking about stuff that I personally never seen in any other course. In fact, it's so good that we learn from each other. Steve put up a couple bonus videos yesterday, and I was tweaking the site. I've been staying up till like 1 in the morning the last couple of days, working on the site and making tweaks and getting ready for the launch. And he put up a couple of videos. I watched them as I was putting them up, and I was like, wow, I'm sitting here learning stuff. That's how fast this evolves. I was actually learning from my own course that I'm half of, from a video that Steve put up. And Steve learns stuff all the time with systems and processes, and we're marketing, we're going back and forth, talking about books. Like, it's crazy how this process grows. So this course not only is great for somebody who's just getting started or advanced, but this course will grow. So 3 years from now, it'll have the most relevant information. But instead of paying a monthly fee like everyone else, you're actually going to get that information just because you bought the course X amount of time ago.
Absolutely, man. You couldn't have said it better. And it's always a learning experience. You don't ever want to get cocky or overly confident and say you know it all, because I don't care if you're making $500, $5,000, $50,000 a month. There's always another level you can take it to. And I've always found, just in business in general, anytime you take it to the next level, you have to adapt, right? You've got to learn new systems. You've got to learn new processes. You've got to get new people on your team. And, that's what I've been doing. So I appreciate the kind words, Cody, but, it's always a learning process. We're always learning new things. But real quick, I also wanted to talk about another benefit of the community that we're going to be building on Facebook, which is going to be included with the program. And one of the big benefits too is I've noticed that a lot of people have trouble getting reviews. And there's so many other Facebook groups out there that you can go to, and Twitter. But a lot of people, when you're exchanging honest reviews, one of the struggles people have is they'll review people's books and give honest reviews, but a lot of times they won't give the review back. So one of the things that we really want to create in our community, in our Facebook group, is a trusted community of people that you know and you're friends with and you build relationships with, so you guys could actually interact with one another and read each other's books and criticize it, critique it, and give the good and the bad and give honest reviews. And I've noticed that the more reviews I get on a book, the better it sells. And as more and more people come into the market, there's going to be more of a demand to have a lot of reviews on your book. So for example, let's just say you're getting into one of the weight loss niches. If you want to get into a specific niche and all the top 5 or 10 books have 5, 6, 7, 8 reviews, you want to come out blasting with guns out and get 10, 15, 20 reviews. So like I said, one of the big keys to this community is the trust, having the people there that you're going to know, you're going to be interacting with them on a daily basis, and getting those reviews. I can't say it enough. Reviews are huge.
Yeah, I mean, reviews are everything when you're trying to sell your book, promote your book, get your book to go higher, make it above the fold, make it rank in the top 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. You got to have reviews. And with this community, we'll have people in there. we're not just going to be doing ring around the rosy reviews, but you can actually just go in there and let people critique your book, and that's the most important thing. Remember, Kindle, I know that we did a green room hangout last night with Stefan Palernos, who's done a lot in Kindle publishing, and he talked a little bit about
Awesome
this.
guy.
But phenomenal guy. With Kindle publishing, though, it's not about today. It's about big picture. Why put all this work in and have it just be for naught in a year or two, just be forgotten? And a lot of people are putting in low quality garbage books in these short books. I know for a fact that Kindle's already looking at lengthening the length of the book. Now, it's not going to be super long. It's not got to be 50 pages, but they're making sure that these aren't garbage. They're making sure these are good quality. Amazon is also looking at bringing in quality control specialists for Kindle. And I've heard this from a few different people. And as they up their quality control, your books will literally just disappear, be gone. And if you get too many checks against your account, you'll be gone. Amazon, being one of the biggest companies in the world, is always looking to improve on their quality for their customer. And if you're a third-party vendor, whether it's FBA, Kindle, affiliate, whatever program Amazon has, and you're doing a poor quality job, you're out of there. So you want to be looking, with our community, we're going to be talking about the big picture and how to grow your passive income business, your Kindle business, to not only, give you some money now, but in the future, and products you can sell. You look at books like Sun Tzu, Art of War. That book's been around for 1,000,000 years, right? You want to be able to have Kindle books that you write now, and 5-10 years from now, it's still selling on a consistent basis. And the only way you could do that is to build up your name, build up your quality of these different processes. So that's the beauty of community, is you'll be able to interact with not only myself and Steve, but you'll be able to interact with other people who do this business on a consistent basis, make money doing it, and know the ins and outs, and are looking for the same thing, the big picture. Because I know the temptation when you're brand new to just throw up a couple books. I did that when I got started, but you're better off doing one quality book than 10 garbage ones.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And one thing I want to touch on as well is we're looking at the big picture, and we're trying to translate over that thought process to you as well, because there's so many more opportunities than just Kindle, right? Kindle is kind of like the basic entrance. That's where we all kind of get started. But there's so many other directions you can go. There's CreateSpace, there's audiobooks, there's affiliate marketing, there's funneling traffic to blogs, there's all different types of backend optimization. There's turning your books free and taking that traffic and funneling it to other places as well. There's so many different opportunities. And I think that we're really just at the beginning stages of this whole process. I think this is going to be a business that lasts for years and years to come, especially if you follow the guidelines and the principles that Cody was talking about with quality. And that's what we're going to talk about a ton in the community, behind the scenes, in the Facebook group as well, because I think it's so important, when it comes to quality control, to have the right players in line. Don't just get a book back and publish it. Have your editor in line, have your formatter in line, have your graphic designer in line, have your quality control person in line, have your virtual assistant in line, have the systems and processes in line that prepare you for when things, are really good or really bad. What do you do in the situation where you go through your whole assembly line and it passes quality control and everything's good to go, but then it starts getting bombarded with 1-star reviews? What do you do in that situation? How do you respond? And I think that's really important, because when you're publishing books, you want to be able to respond quickly to what the market is saying. So I think that's really important, but it's just, I think we really are at the beginning stages, and there's so many opportunities. So I just want to, recommend everybody to keep your eyes open for the big picture.
Yeah, big picture is really, really important. So we do have a few comments in here. If you guys have any questions, leave them in. Like I said, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this. So we're going to be doing a giveaway of our course. The course launches in the morning. So I want you guys to know and be ready. There's going to be a couple of ways to get it. You guys, for being on this call, we set up a discount like we always promised we would. So there's going to be a discount. Yes, Justin, I know you're watching, and you get it for free, buddy. I had to shout him out. Justin is awesome. For a kid, and I don't want to call you a kid, but you're a young adult, and you're already hustling and trying to be an entrepreneur, and I think that's amazing. I love interacting with young entrepreneurs. Not that there's anything wrong with old guys like me and Steve, but young entrepreneurs. who got started young. You know, I started my first company at 21, and that's great. But Justin's hustling in his teens, so phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah, shoot me an email, and I will be giving you the course like I always told you. But we're got a discount for you guys, and we're going to be, you know, we're going to be giving you guys a good discount. Also, I know a lot of Green Room members are going to watch this. We're giving the Green Room the biggest discount, but we're giving all you guys a big discount as well. And the course is coming live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, or whatever time zone you happen to be in. But for me, because I'm pushing the launch button in the morning, 9 a.m. Pacific is when it goes live, and you guys will be able to instantly get access if you so choose. An email will be going out to our email list. So, you know, I know a lot of you have been on the email list all along. We haven't sent out a lot of emails, but there's going to be several email updates. There may be a couple of bugs, so if there's any bugs, feel free to let us know. If there's any issues or anything, we're just launching it. I know a lot of you have asked 1,000,001 questions, and we're going to be addressing all those over the next couple of days at our launch. Our special offer is going to go for 48 hours. And the reason is that I know a lot of people get paid on Friday, so I want to give you a chance as well. But 48 hours from tomorrow morning is we're going to have a special deal. The special deal is going to be $67. And I wasn't crazy about the price. Steve was more into that price. I think it's too low. Honestly, I think it's way too low. But, you know, at the end of the day, I want to provide you guys value. So $67 is all it's going to cost tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. The normal price of the course is still ridiculous. It's only $97. And like I said, no monthly fee. So you get updated monthly content for no monthly fee, which again, you know, we were originally going to charge a monthly fee. And from a financial standpoint, it's a stupid move on mine and Steve's part, because we could have blown this thing up. I'm just being honest with you guys. But from a community standpoint, we didn't want to do that. Like I said, we wanted to build a community that we're not nickel and diming. So it's $97 for the next 48 hours from tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific through 48 hours from that. So Saturday morning, it's going to be $67. I'll have several email links going out. First thing in the morning, you'll be able to buy it. If you buy it directly off the website, it's going to be $97. So make sure you're on the email list. Right now, the email list, Kindle Business Academy. I know there's two sites. It can be confusing. After this is live, the links will all be in the description. But make sure you're on the list, because the links are going out tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, $67. After 48 hours, $97, unless your name is Justin, then it's free. And, you know, I mean, that's really what it's going to be, guys. And as soon as it goes live and we make sure there's no bugs, the course has all these in-depth videos, PDFs, templates, training aids, the community. Like, it's just ridiculous amount of content we put into this thing. But after the course goes live, we're going to just continuously be adding. You guys will see, oh, and the case studies, not to mention the case studies, so much stuff, I can't even name it all. But after it goes live, you're going to see at the bottom of the page the monthly bonus videos, and we're literally just going to be updating and pumping the freshest content in there. So it's going to be a phenomenal course, a phenomenal opportunity for you guys. And that's really how the launch is going to look over the next 48 hours. You got anything to add to that, Steve?
Man, my advice would be, if you're thinking about jumping into it and you're not sure, maybe you're thinking about getting in a month or two, I would say get in now. And the number one reason is because if you get in really early and you get into that Facebook group before there's a ton of people in there, I don't know about you, Cody, but I'm going to be in there all the time answering questions. So as you go through all the modules and you're going through the course and you have questions, get into that community, get into the Facebook group, because I'm going to be in there 10, 15, 20 times a day answering questions. And I can't guarantee that every question is going to get answered 6, 10, 12 months down the road, when there's hundreds, if not thousands of people in there wanting to learn about this. So if you get in there if you get in there, the sooner the better, because you're going to get a lot of one-on-one attention. And, feel free to talk about anything from keywords to hiring people to graphic design. You could post pictures in there. You could ask questions. So, the cool thing about the course is it actually goes step by step, right? So it's not going to be taking you from A to Z to B to Q all over the place. It's literally, you do a module, you complete it, and you move on to the next one. And then you do that and you move on to the next one. So by the time you get through the whole thing, you're going to have the the book complete and making some money. So I'm pumped up about the community aspect, man. I really am. I'm excited, and I'm excited to not only share my journey with everybody else, but I'm excited to see success because I've been helping a lot of people behind the scenes. And you know, if you hustle and you're willing to put in the work and educate yourself, the sky's the limit. There's so many different directions you can take this thing. But yeah, excited for the launch. You know, if you're interested, jump on the mailing list, get that special discount, and start making some passive income. Because once you get a taste of it, I'm telling you guys, I did eBay, Amazon, Craigslist for a long time. There's nothing wrong with it. I've worked in the restaurant industry. I've worked at a bunch of different places. Once you get a taste of that passive income, it's very difficult to go back. So that's a disclaimer. Once you get a taste, you might not want to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how people, I don't know how people go to jobs every day. My mission for Freelance Wrangler is to help 10 million people quit their job. I don't see a reason to have a job unless you love what you do. You're a surgeon and you're saving lives, or you do something that you've wanted to do since you were a child. But for 90% of people who drive to work every day and hate their job, there's no reason for that. And with this course, like Steve said, it's going to take you all the way through. But also, if you need things explained to you or written down, you literally are going to have the Kindle book on Kindle books, because we've got about 50 pages of PDFs. You put them all together. I know I did this recently, and it's literally basically a book on building the book. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you're going to have all that training material along with all the templates we're using, along with all the resources we're using, along with all the videos of exactly how we're doing what we're doing. So it's pretty cool. We get a lot of questions on a daily basis, not only about the course. I know that hundreds of you have asked me about the course for the last several months because we're almost 3 months late on the launch. But not only about that, but just little steps. And this literally should answer 99.9% of your questions. And like I said, with the updated stuff, it'll answer your future questions. So pretty cool there. And speaking of questions, maybe we should jump in and answer a few right now.
Absolutely.
We got a few things coming in. Tom Carpenter says, "What's up? Hope everyone's well." What's up, Tom?
Tom?
We got, actually, Steve, you got one from Jeremiah. Did you address that one?
Let me see. Jeremiah says, question for Rakin. Do you find it easier to sell nonfiction or fiction on Kindle? So pretty much I've been doing nonfiction about 90% of the time when I've been publishing. I've just started to get into fiction probably within the last 30 days or so, somewhere around there. And I started researching it a few months ago. But I've got about fiction books. I think I've got 10 or 15 now. I'm going to have another 20 or 30 coming out within the next few months. I'm seeing a lot of success from it. It's a different game. One thing that I've noticed is, in comparison to nonfiction and fiction, is a lot of the fiction books are seeming to sell through the Kindle Unlimited program. So it doesn't seem like a lot of people are purchasing the actual books. So one of the strategies that I've been, I was talking to Cody about earlier, was pricing your books really cheap at 99 cents, ranking high. And a lot of people, the more people that see it, the better chance that it's going to sell. So if you have a cheaper price, it's going to get in front of more people. So that's one strategy that I've been experimenting with lately. But the fiction market is huge. It is huge. Romance, erotica, a lot of different things, paranormal. I mean, the list goes on and on. So that's one thing that I've been getting into hardcore lately. And I'm excited because if you guys join the program within the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to see a lot of videos on fiction. And if you go into any other programs, I haven't seen much on it at all. And I think it's really a really big opportunity. The fiction market's so much bigger than nonfiction on Kindle. And I think there's a huge opportunity. So I've been having some success. I do find it a little more challenging because there's more of like a creative side to it. So you really got to spend more time finding, I don't know how to say it, but I've had to kiss a lot of frogs to find some really good fiction writers. So that is a little bit of a challenge, finding the right writers, making sure they're creative and that it actually tells a story that's interesting and engages the audience. But I think there's a huge opportunity with fiction. So I'm pumped up with that. But I'd say I've had a lot more success with nonfiction just because I've been doing it for so much longer.
Yeah, I don't have the experience with fiction books that you do. I recently got into a few. You've sent me some of your titles and stuff, showed me them, and I can't believe what you're doing. But it's doing well. And that's the thing. A lot of people, you know, that's a little bit different market. You know, I come from a very nonfiction based book. That's what interests me. That's what I personally read. So that's what I do. So it just shows that there's possibilities in every market. Doorman and Junior Outdoors. Hey guys, will the course benefit someone in the UK or is it aimed at the US market? You want to take that?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the guiding principles could be applied for the UK. I don't have a ton of experience with the UK market, but if I was to assume or take a guess, a lot of the principles would stand true. But again, I'm from the United States. Do you have a take on that, Cody?
Yeah, so it's pretty similar. Amazon's worldwide. I coach people in marketing and in Amazon FBA and things like that, private label in the United Kingdom. So I'm pretty familiar with their stuff within reason. The fact I've never been there, but I know their market on Amazon and stuff. So I would say 95% of the stuff, absolutely. There are a couple of little tweaks, and our goal is to actually put some more international stuff in the bonus area. So as we talked about, 95% of stuff is going to help you exact. There's a couple little tweaks because you're on Amazon, UK, etc.com. But we actually want to grow our community with more international people as well, so we can trade, secrets back and forth. Any questions you have, you can ask me because I've actually published and promote products. I promote my FBA products in several different markets and do really well. And a lot of people don't even know that's possible. So there's a lot of really cool tricks when you're in UK that you can make play to your benefit and not your weakness. And a lot of people don't know that. So absolutely, the course would be for you as well.
We got another young fellow in the comment section, White Cass 111. Hey, big fan of both of yours. Thanks so much. I'm 15. Is that too young to start Kindle publishing?
No, well, to get paid, you'll probably need to bring your parents on board to publish. I've got 3 kids. They're not 15, but I got 3 kids. If my daughter wanted to start a business, which that's pretty much mandatory, at least while she's younger, to start a business, basically I'm going to have to sign my name for her to be able to get paid. Like I'm going to teach her over the next couple of years how to start her own business. My oldest is 7. So can you do it? Yes, but you do have to have your parents on board to legally get, paid and all those type of deals.
Yeah, I would definitely, even if it's possible, White Cass, I would definitely team up with somebody, maybe your mother or your father or an uncle, aunt, or somebody, and just have that assistance there. Because if you aren't careful with certain things, you could get yourself in trouble, especially with, plagiarism and copyright and, using pictures that aren't royalty free. So there are things that you definitely want to be careful of. We've put systems in place and we have templates for that and everything. But again, being under the age of 18, I recommend, and I think Cody on the same page, that you at least have somebody in your corner that could kind of guide you through the process and be there to kind of coach you through some of those more challenging issues, considering you're young.
Definitely, and also the legalities. Obviously, we can't make any recommendations because you're a minor, but the legalities of it. But I'm sure if you explain it to your parents and stuff, should be pretty good shape. Callie Picker says, afternoon, everyone. What is going on? Dave Cozile says, by my birthday, he's going to be doing 6 figures.
Wow.
So from on the brink of no money to 6 figures. And I think if anyone can do it, he can do it. So he's throwing down the gauntlet. I'm writing that down. All I want for my birthday is Dave Cozile making 6 figures. So we got that marked down. That's all.
You know what I like. You know what I like about Dave, his mindset, and it's all about the vision. It's about the confidence. That's one of the things. That's like one of the biggest factors. Matter of fact, I was talking to a buddy who's part of a mastermind group, and I told this story in the green room. But in order for him, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, in order for him to get into this mastermind group, everybody had to be making at least 20 or 30 grand per month on Kindle, something around there. And I asked him, I said, what's the difference between, the people that are making a few $1,000s a month and the people that are making 20 or 30,000, since you're in that group and you hear it all, the systems and stuff. And he said some lines of, there are systems and processes and, certain advanced things, but he said 90% of the battle is mindset, right? It's about having that vision. It's about, waking up and being like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to take success. I'm going to go after, I'm going to hustle, and I'm going to make it happen. It's like, it's so many times, we kind of box ourselves into this corner just based on what we think. And a lot of times that's really not the way to go. I mean, being overly confident and, super passionate and kind of over the top sometimes might look crazy, but if you look at any big business CEO, they are a little crazy. They're out there, but that's what it takes, right? It's having that big vision that nobody could imagine ever coming true. So Dave, man, I was saying the other day, he inspires me because he's such a visionary. So it's awesome.
Yeah, you know what I like about Dave is that UPS costume he's got going on there. That's something else. But no, he does have a good mindset and big picture mind, which is really good. Do you Mothership Product says this is like Christmas. I can't wait till morning. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's a lot of content to go through. You literally are going to have, and what I recommend is, I know you'd be excited to go through the videos. I bought lots of video courses. I bought lots of training. I work with coaches. I work with people. I know it's exciting, but I recommend, start and kind of go through the thing. Don't jump around, and because you won't get the value, and you want to kind of go through the process. The reason we got these PDF templates is after a video's done, take action before you move to the next video. It's very, very important. It's your course. You skim through and do whatever you want to do. But I recommend once you've done all that to go to a video, take action, go to that. Otherwise, you won't get the maximum benefit out of it. It's very, very important.
Cody, let me ask you, based on what you think, what do you think the percentage of people who buy a course, like what percentage of them you think actually go through the course and take action on it?
It depends on the course and the way that it's set up. And I knew this, and that's why the last course I actually launched a little bit different. But the average course, I would say maybe 3 or 4 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought in courses before that I didn't take action on, not very often, but a time or two. I've been guilty of this. And I know on average, and I'm not even talking about like, a $27 or a $12 course on Udemy. I'm talking like $100 courses, $300 programs, and not taking action on. So, I mean, it's common. Taking action is everything.
Yeah, definitely go through the steps. Go step by step, take action every single day. It's not a race. The key is to get that first book done, right? And have it under you and be like, all right, I know how to do this, and learn from your mistakes, because regardless if you have courses or if you read books, there's always going to be mistakes you make. One of the benefits to having a course is minimizing those mistakes and saving a lot of time. But the key is to get that first book done with and over with, and just go through the process, because once you finish it, I remember when I first did my first book, it was actually on anxiety, because I've dealt with this in the past before. I was worried, speaking of anxiety, I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to do it and build the business after seeing all these people succeeding and making money. But once I actually finished it, my first book, and I went through the processes of hiring a writer and having it edited and formatted and getting the graphic design of the cover done and uploaded to KDP. Once I got done with that and I had it done, I'm like, wow, like that, it was challenging, but like once it was done, I was like, wow, this is doable, and I could do this again and again. And that's the key. Go through the course, right, and take action and get that first book done. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, and also you're going to grow with it, because unlike Steve, I don't have any anxiety, but what I did have was I was really excited. I made my first book. I was pumped up. I was ready to go. And I looked at this thing, and it was such a piece of garbage. Like, it was written poorly. I don't even know if it was English. I didn't know how to format. I couldn't do anything. I had no one to help me. My virtual assistant was terrible. And it literally was like, I don't even know if this is going to work. This is a joke. And then I thought, why would I give up on something when I've only given it one shot? So remember that not everything works perfect. I just got a couple books back the other day from a writer who hits home runs. And this one was a piece of junk. It was the first time I ever had to ask for a revision from this writer. So remember that not all things go your way all the time. Keep that in mind. A Mothership Products also asks, they're pumped. They're going to be the first in our virtual line to buy this. But they said, what form of payments will you be accepting? All of them. Right now, the course is set up on PayPal, because we're doing something a little different. I know that a lot of you have asked myself and Steve about being an affiliate, and we are going to have affiliates, but we wanted to launch first, work out any bugs, make sure everything works properly before we bring affiliates to really start pushing the course. So we're gonna launch 2 affiliates. If you want to make money selling the K Business Academy, you actually can if you'd like, and we'll talk more about that later. But if you want to be an affiliate, it's going to come in about a week or so. We want to make sure all the bugs are worked out. Everything's working perfect for our members before we bring in affiliates. Right now, it's hooked up to PayPal, and you don't even have to have a PayPal account to use PayPal. You can use credit card, debit card, whatever you want. So you're good to go basically on all aspects. What are you seeing in there?
I'm looking right now as they load. We got Doorman and Junior Outdoors. Thanks, guys. Look forward to learning from the masters. Hey, we appreciate it, man. Hopefully we can help you and give you some assistance and get you started. And, you know, we're excited. We're excited to help everybody out and give them a taste of that passive income.
Also, one thing I wanted to throw out to you guys, we're thinking about doing, and by we, I include Steve last minute like always, but, you know, we talk we talk about these shows, right? And we do these like little Kindle live hangouts. We're talking about continuing these live hangouts to really be able to grow the community for you guys, similar to what we do with the Green Room. If you guys are familiar with the Green Room, myself, Steve, Bonafide Hustler, College Picker, and Young, the aficionado on something or other, we all run the Green Room, and we do these weekly shows. Well, I was thinking about doing that here, but then also repurposing the content. Steve was just talking about repurpose your content and doing a podcast as well. There's not very many good Kindle podcasts that I've found. There's some self-publishing podcasts. There's a couple on Kindle, but I thought about doing that as well. My Freelance Wrangler, see this right here, Freelance Wrangler podcast has been blowing up, and we're thinking about doing that. So let us know if you guys would be interested in that, if you guys listen to podcasts. But what do you think about that, Steve?
Man, I'm ready to roll, man. That would be awesome. Definitely. Whatever we can do to keep giving back.
Yeah, doing these live, like, and maybe interacting. So what I think what would be fun is maybe interacting with the community members. So bringing the community members on here, interacting, doing a podcast, and then putting it on Stitcher, on iTunes, on YouTube, on our website, everywhere. You're really just putting the stuff out there and really growing the Kindle community around the K Business Academy.
I like the idea of having different people coming on the shows with us. You know, people who've actually gone through the course. You know, beginners, intermediates, advanced. People have done it for a while, and have that one-on-one time where we could answer their questions and they could give their feedback and talk about their strategies and stuff. Because, you know, people could sit here and they could listen to us talk, but I think there's a huge benefit in actually, you know, listening to what someone has to say who's in the same exact position as them, someone who's in their shoes and going through the process. So I think that would be awesome, man. We got a lot of big plans, things we haven't even talked about with you guys for the K Business Academy, a lot of different things we're going to be doing inside the room. So our number one goal and our motto is just to over deliver. Whatever you think you're going to get, we're going to over deliver on that. We're going to keep giving and giving. And really our number one goal is to just create a huge community of people who could really stick together and be friends and build relationships and grow as one another. Because I can't say it enough. If we're all together, moving in as one in unison, we're going to get ahead so much faster. We're going to learn from one another, get reviews, systems, processes, learn from mistakes, get into different markets and niches. So I'm really pumped up about it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the Facebook, our private Facebook group, and, you know, share success stories, ups and downs, and really just, you know, get you to the next level. We're definitely going to be here for you. We're not going to disappear like some courses. You buy it and you don't even know who the person is. You can email us. You can hit us up on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. We're not going anywhere. We're here for you, and we're going to hold your hand through the process and create a community as well that can hold your hand through the process and just help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I got another one from Tor Ferrari Broccoli. I can't pronounce your name, but it says, and no disrespect, if you know me, you know I'm terrible at names. Should I take the course? I'm in Spain. I sell on Amazon, ES, and Europe. Yeah, I mean, just like we just talked about this with the person from the United Kingdoms. Same thing. Whether you're in Europe, anywhere, how do I say this? Let's say it like this: any country that has a presence with Amazon, the course can help you. And the cool thing is, whether you're in the biggest market like the US or you're in another market, you can grow this with. I mean, I know for myself and you, Steve, as well. I mean, you sell your books, but they don't all sell on, you know, the Amazon.com. I mean, you sell books in other markets, right?
Oh, I sell a ton of books, and I think my last royalties I came in was like 9 or 10 different royalties from all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, I sell and I was like looking at what Japan, what's going on here, but it's crazy. So, you know, you're selling all over the world. So no matter where you are, what country, as long as you have access to the internet and Amazon, and because I know that there's places where maybe Amazon's illegal. It's crazy what some countries do, but as long as you're in any like European, American, North America type country, whatever, this course will definitely help you explode it because myself, Steve, and virtually every publisher has royalties from literally around the world when you kind of break this stuff down. Also, the clothing guy, sorry I'm late to the launch party. Looking forward to hearing about this. Appreciate you stopping by. So we should probably start talking about the giveaway, huh? We're going to give this course away to somebody, and you'll be able to get free access tomorrow morning, just like everyone else, but your discount will be the best discount, and it'll be zero. So we're gonna go ahead and do a giveaway right now. What question do you think we should ask to win? You've got to answer in the comment feed. So what question do you think we should ask? What Kindle related question?
That is a good question in itself right there. This is going to be somewhat of a challenging question, right? Because they're going to be getting a pretty cool prize right here.
Oh, their prize is going to be off the chain. I mean, they're getting access to the coolest Kindle course to launch on April 23rd ever.
All right, I've got a question. It's going to be a pretty basic question, but where should they answer? Where should they put the answer?
In the YouTube comments.
All right, cool. I got a question, and the first person who gets this is going to win. What are they going to win?
They're going to win access to the K Business Academy for $0.
And how long of an access are they going to get to it? Is it going to be just for a month or a year or forever?
Forever. And it's not even just a one-time course, it's a lifetime, and it grows. And myself and Steve, basically, this course is going to grow as long as Kindle's growing. So whether that's a year or 10 years, like we have no plans to not be putting up Kindle information. So literally, this community is going to continuously explode. And I can make you one promise. We are never going to charge monthly. I can't promise the price won't go up. As we build the library, there's actually a good chance that the price will go up drastically because we're going to build the biggest, most advanced library. 97, I think personally, is too cheap. And I already talked to Steve about this, but you know, he's like, no, we're doing 97. He's that guy. But honestly, I want to double or triple the price as soon as our library is built. It's the most amazing thing I've seen from all the courses I've taken. I've taken a lot of different ones to really study and research. So, you know, as we build up this library, I can't promise the price won't go up, but we have no plans to do a monthly, and you guys will always be grandfathered in. So once you're in, you're in.
I think before we hold this actual contest, it looks like we have, how many people do we have watching right now? 28?
Yeah.
26 right now. It just went down too because we're taking too long to hold this contest. Once we get to 20 likes, I want to get to 20 likes right now. I'm going to ask the question. I've got a question that if you've been researching Kindle or you're in Kindle, you're going to know this answer. You're going to know it. It's not a super difficult question, but I think we got to get to 20 likes, Cody. Do you think we can do that?
I mean, if we can't do that, I don't know if we should even give it away. I don't even think we should give it away at that point. Louis the Seller just showed up. Better late than never. You guys represent what's best about this country.
Okay.
I don't know if I represent what's best about this county, my man, but I really like Louis, stand-up guy. I should have worn my Yankee hat for you, my man, but I don't have it here at my office. It's at my house. But yeah, Louis in the house. He's dropping by, and
I think Louis. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think Louis was saying in one of the comments in another video that he had a Kindle book. Louis, if you're still here, leave another comment. But didn't you say, Louis, that you had a book that was making you like a few $100 a month for a while now? Yeah, I think he's having some pretty good success.
I think Louis, Louis is Mr. Success. You and I both know that. He won't it says Dave Gozio can't answer unfair. Yeah, it is unfair.
Yeah, Dave. Don't even try it, Dave. We'll throw you right out of here. All right, so we got to 26 likes. It's time for me to ask this question. So a drum roll, Cody?
I don't play an instrument, but
wow. I'm just signing off. Bye, guys, after that drum roll.
That's the best you're going to
So are you in the comment section watching, Mr. Drum Boy?
I am. We're actually getting a lot of questions. Maybe after this giveaway, we'll stay around for a couple of minutes, answer a couple more questions. People are finally showing up. Better late than never. Party crashers like Louie, but what's up?
All right. So the question is, you're gonna have to answer two. You're gonna have to give two answers to this. If you enroll your book into the KDP Select program, after how many months can you re-enroll your book back into it, and how many days can you give away your book for free?
Oh, let's see.
So you enroll your book into the KDP Select program to give it away for free. After how many months can you re-enroll that book back into the program to give it away for free? And then how many days during that free promotion can you give it away for free?
Joe, wow, that's all kinds of questions, man. Let's see. While they're answering, Holland Hobbies just showed up. Dang, I'm going to have to watch this after. Just got here. What's up, Holland? Jerson, should we stay away from affiliate links inside books? Yes, you should, but you can do the back end. So you don't want affiliate links, but you can do website links and build up the back end, which is how I'm making most of my money. I'm looking, I'm over 10K and I'm looking at really exploding, but back end is over 50% of my sales right now. It's been like 50%. So how are you looking on the back end sales, Steve? I'm not seeing any comments. Is this thing broken?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I saw one come in. Okay, let me see.
You guys not know?
It looks like Holland Hobbies was the winner. I just want to make sure that his is. Let me see, because it's kind of hard to see what the first one is. It looks like Holland Hobbies is the winner. Do you mind double checking that for me, Cody? I just want to make sure I'm giving it away to the right person.
Because yeah, see, now I refreshed and I got a whole bunch of people. I got a few people who got it right, but I think Holland, I can look at their time posted. So did Holland do it? I don't even see where he did it.
Yeah, I see him. We're gonna give you guys the winner soon. We're just looking. But to answer your question, my back end needs a lot of work. I've been focusing a lot on my front end and different things. So I'm gonna be honest with you, my back end isn't anywhere near as good as it should be. But I think, Cody, you want to talk about that? Because I know you were telling me that you're having a lot of success on the back end. And to be honest with you, I think the back end is probably one of the best opportunities for monetizing your book. I've got a lot of friends and mentors who are killing it with the back end. And I've been starting to see some good success from it, but I think it's probably one of the best ways to make money that not a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing back end on your Kindle books right now, I mean, you're missing the biggest opportunity out there. Kind of. Create Space, audiobooks, and back end are the biggest. Longevity, I personally am a big proponent of the back end. You really can build out niches. So for an example, let's say we were doing a niche on, crocheting, which is awesome. Let's say we were doing something on crocheting, and you've got books on this, how-tos, what you need to do, what you need to buy. I don't know anything about this, but whatever. That's why I need the book, right? So then I go through the book, and then I find all this stuff, and there's a website. Oh, more amazing crocheting content. So I go over there, packed with free content, but they've got affiliate links for courses or sites or other books. And so you could build it out. Now, remember, free pulls them in, and then you can actually sell them once you build trust if it's a good quality product. The key is quality over quantity when you're doing this, and you want a lot of really good content. So you can actually build out the back end and do phenomenal with it.
One of my biggest mistakes that I've made with the back end was just when I first started doing it, I was just collecting emails from everybody instead of like breaking up my email gathering list into separate niches. So I had, arts and crafts mixed with business, mixed with health. And I think that you really want to, collect them in terms of niches, because how are you going to market an arts and crafts product to someone who's only interested in business?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
So,
And that's how you're going to get your provider flagged as well. And you can get into trouble just getting, have you ever had trouble with you're getting too many, what's it called when it's a complaint rate or when people mark it as spam too often?
no, I never had that, but you can.
Yeah, I haven't, but I've heard of friends who almost got kicked off Get Response and other providers because they're getting spam too much, and that's because you're pushing out things that are not only to the wrong crowd, but maybe even you're pushing too hard. One of the big things, I know we've talked about this before, is you don't want to just be shooting out affiliate links to all these people that get on your list because they're going to be gone in a minute. These are real people. I know it's hard sometimes to see people online as actual people because sometimes you just see them as, names and numbers, but they're real people. And if you're not adding value through this and really helping them, they're going to disappear. They're going to come off your list or they're going to hit the spam button. Certainly not going to buy anything.
No, they're not going to buy anything, and it's going to affect you long term. So just make sure that you're breaking it up. And you don't want to be sending out a bunch of junk. I don't send out any affiliate links in my niche, emails and stuff because I'm sending them out an email of free content, and it truly is free content. If they choose to buy from these affiliate links, that's fantastic. The reason they buy from me and not someone else is because I keep providing value and value and value and value, and then eventually they buy. Honestly, the mentality is no different than you guys looking at buying this course, because myself and Steve have provided a tremendous amount of value on YouTube and other platforms. And you thought, hey, if I'm going to learn Kindle, I might as well learn from these guys who have put together a lot of information, and I like them. Maybe you like us, maybe you don't. I'm sure there's people who are busy thumbs down right now, but there's at least one or two people, Dave likes us, Louis likes us. We got at least two people who like us. So, we look at things like that and we're good to go. So you want to have that same mentality. You want to build a relationship with your audience and not just spam them all the time, because that doesn't work. I mean, that just simply doesn't work.
Got a question from the clothing guy. The question I'm asking myself, so I'm selling on eBay and just started FBA. Jumping on Kindle, is it the smart thing to do now, or is it just chasing the new shiny object? What do you think about that, Cody?
Well, that depends on your goal. See, if your goal is passive income, FBA you can make passive if you do it right. I've been able to accomplish it. I know that 95% of people can't seem to. eBay is not passive. If you want a job and a good one at that, if you really hustle, and Steve knows this, you can create a good job on eBay, but you're going to be working 40, 60, 80 hours a week. If you want a semi-passive income and you're doing FBA like everyone else, you could do pretty good. But if you're looking big picture, I would pick FBA or Kindle, and eventually both. I personally do both, and I think it's a phenomenal option. I don't do eBay anymore. I closed my eBay stuff down to like nothing. But I sold an item on eBay. I sold 5 items on Monday. They still haven't even, I don't even know if I'm sending them. I'm just going to shut it down. I don't even do it anymore. So, you look at these things and you've got to decide what you want before you pick something, but you definitely don't want to keep, jumping around to different things.
Yeah, I do think one of the biggest problems people face is, chasing after that next best thing. So, man, I'm saying, like, honestly, if you're just starting with eBay and that's what you want to do, then stick with eBay, right? Take into consideration your goals, but don't jump from this to that and buy all these different courses, man. If your goal is to learn eBay, man, spend some time and learn eBay, right? And get good at that and experience it. If you're trying to get into Amazon FBA, then do it. If you want to diversify a little and just spend an hour or two per month on Kindle, that's possible as well. That's the cool thing with Kindle is you don't have to necessarily spend a lot of time with it. I know people who just do it a few hours a week, people who do it 10 or 15 minutes a week, and they get a book, one book done a month. It's up to you, man, but definitely, find something at least and master it regardless of what it is. Don't just jump from, the next best thing to the next best thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's not worth doing. Yeah, so it looks like Holland Hobbies did win. So Holland, if you can send an email to Steve, I know you guys know each other, and then Steve will hook you up in the morning. And then there's another person in here who I think won our previous contest, Felony RS. So if you email Steve or just go to his house at 123 North Connecticut Street, Connecticut, good to go.
Kendall Lane.
Yeah, Kindle Profits Lane. And just go over to Steve's house. He'll hook you up. He'll walk you through the course personally. So go ahead and do that. But yeah, that's looks like Holland was able to win. But for you guys who are interested, Get on the email list because that's the only way you can get the discount. I repeat, that is the only way you can get the discount is if you are on the list. It will not be on the side. So if you go to Kindle Business Academy tomorrow, you go through the thing, you hop on the site, you enter your email, you sign up, you're all excited. It's going to be $97. Now, if you're watching this video beyond 9 a.m. Saturday, April the 25th, then it's $97 until the price goes up. But if you're not, and you're in the next 48 hours, make sure you're on the email list. That is the only way. We're sending that link out probably 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times over the next couple of days. And that'll be it. That'll be the only discount we're giving right now.
And what website do they go to sign up for the email list?
They actually have to go to Kindle Business Academy. I know we screwed up big time.
It's in the comment section.
We registered the wrong domain. So you have to go to Kindle Business Academy to get on the email list. The course is on K Business Academy. Within the next month, Kindle Business Academy will be gone. I'm going to delete that domain. We never should have bought it. The K Business Academy is going to be around for a long time to come, and that's where all the courses is. So I know it sounds confusing, but it's really not. Go to Kindle Business Academy, get on the email list, because that's where we built our list originally. That's where we built our course originally, and then we took it down. Or started to build it. But so what we want to do is have you guys go over there, get on the email list. The emails will be going out 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you're interested, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, course goes live Pacific time. That's about all I got to say about it. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, super pumped up to release this course. Really excited to hear some of the success stories that are going to come out of this. Really excited to interact with all of you in the Facebook community and, talk to you one-on-one and talk about niche selection, keywords, and graphic design, and hiring your first virtual assistants, and just talking about the ups and downs and helping you guys along this process, because I can't say it enough. Kindle's changed my life, and as much as I thought it was just one direction when I first started, so many new opportunities opened up with CreateSpace and the backend opportunities, which I'm looking to learn more about, and fiction and audiobooks and building niche websites out of it, which I'm looking into as well. And it's just amazing. It really is. There's so many opportunities, and the passive income is awesome as well. And yeah, really pumped up, excited. So be ready tomorrow. Hop on the email list. We just left the link in the comment section. So again, if you're just watching now, go to kindlebusinessacademy.com, put in your name and your email address. Once you do that, you're going to have access to the emails that we send out with the discounts over the next few days. And if you're watching this after a few days, and maybe it's April 26th or April 27th, 2015, then make sure you go to kbusinessacademy.com, and that's where you can purchase it. But we'll leave links below in the comment section. But either way, if you decide to go with the course or not, we wish you the best in whatever it is you're doing. And, even if you don't want to invest your money in a course, look into it, right? Do some research. There's some cool Facebook groups out there and free YouTube videos and different things that you could learn to get into Kindle publishing. But we created this because we wanted to create a shortcut to success. We wanted to share the exact process that we've gone through, and we wanted to create a community, a backbone to your business that could help you. So either way, what you decide to do is up to you, and we're still here for you. We're still your friends. It doesn't matter. We're here to help you out regardless. Leave a comment below. Even if you're not going into the course, we're here to help you out. But we're pumped up. So anything else you want to say, Cody?
No, that's all. That's pretty much all. I appreciate you guys checking out the video tonight, and looking forward to the launch tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Any questions you guys have, you can email our support at kbusinessacademy.com. So our awesome support will take care of you, and support at kbusinessacademy.com. Any questions or anything you need. But yeah, going live 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Let us know if you guys need anything, and we'll see you guys in the next Hangout.
Thanks for watching.